towel on the chair, light on dim, water tracing every limb, steam on the mirror, world turned small, breathe in, breathe out, let it all fall, let it go, let it loosen every knot, every bruise and all the weight you've been choosing to hold. In and out, easy breathing, all the rush, slowly leaving as the warm water washes the cold. Tiles hum softly, glass rims ring, slow drip keeping its own swing. Piano in the next room, barely there, same pace as your lungs in the air. Do, 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 do. Shoulders sink down, jaw unclenched, whole day finally ends. Bubbles at the surface, tiny moons rising, breaking, vanishing soon. Shoes on the sidewalk, loosen the laces. Crumbs on my shirt from a break room feast. The sun on the glass and the crosswalk changing. I follow the shade and the easy beat. Sidewalk breathing in and out. Lunch break drifting, walking it down. World keeps talking, I just glide around. Sidewalk breathing, smoothing me out. Coffee still warm in a paper circle. Someone's on speaker, laughing too loud. I drift past windows full of old books and orchids. Let the small noise blur into soft background. Sidewalk breathing in and out. Lunch break drifting, walking it down. World keeps talking, I just glide around. Sidewalk breathing, smoothing me out. Count the cracks, step over the clatter. Bag on my shoulder, swing in time. Nothing big, but somehow I'm lighter. By the doorway, when the clock hits 5. Soft morning light across the wooden floor, mug in my hands, world at the door, steam drawing circles that fade into the air. I take one slow breath, leave yesterday there, steam in the quiet, hard learning how to move slow, not in a hurry. I'll go where this day wants to go, calm in the corners, hope in the lines of my face, steam in the quiet. I'm finding my place. Keys barely talking, just a touch and then gone. Page on the table blank, but it feels like a song. Thoughts drifting upward like ribbons from the cup. I watch them unwind, and still I look up. Steam in the quiet, heart learning how to move slow. I'm not in a hurry, I'll go where this day wants to go. Calm in the corners, hope in the lines of my face. Steam in the quiet, windows cracked open, cool air, a gentle sting. It reminds me I can start over again. Little by little, sip after sip, I loosen my shoulders, let the sunlight sit. Door half open, dust in the hallway, your sweater on the chair, still waiting. One loose floorboard, breath on the window, names in the wallpaper, almost gone. Old rooms remember, even when we don't. Faded laughter caught in the curtains. Gentle ache in the quiet corners. I sit where you sat, and the years lean in. Coffee stain ring on the small table. Two chip mugs handle to handle. Photo frames crooked, faces turned sideways. I try to place the moment, lose it again. Light through thin blinds, dust floats then settles. You joke half heard, then it slips away. I touch the cold wall, wait for an echo. All that comes back is my own. Phone face down, screen still warm, ceiling stain, I trace the form. Clock hums low in the other room, same four chords circle the gloom. This jazz leaves in a short pause, and the space between my thoughts, tight little loop just rocking in place. Mind keeps time while the body stays still in an empty hall, still, but it never stops at all. Bare bow buzz, soft shoe squeak, my echo walks ahead of my feet. One slow step, hands in coat, beat on the rail, words in my throat, words in my throat. Edges down, every quiet turn spins me back around. I stay, I stray in the same four bars, heart on 2 and 4, eyes on distant stars. Pale light on the windowsill, steam curling from a coffee cup, keys resting waiting for the first touch. Street outside, just one car sighing past, storefront glass still holding yesterday, bare feet on a cool wood floor. Let the night fade away, quiet awakening, nothing rushing, nothing loud, just my heart, just this room, and the sun behind a cloud, quiet awakening, every worry still asleep. Count the spaces in between each calm, unhurried breath I keep. Clock hands move, but they don't seem to care. A soft shirt hanging from the same old chair. New day in the dust on the frame. I smile, though nothing looks changed. Let the kettle hum low, let the mailbox stay closed, let the messages pile. They can wait a little while in this this hush, I'm in love with this cup, with this touch of slow light spilling in on my skin.
Curtains close, room in half dark, coffee ring on the table, days weight in my jacket on the chair. Let the final jazz feeling stay. Last note hanging, drifting away. Jazz gently seals the day. Traffic hum somewhere too far. Street lamp glow on the window glass. My shoes already pointed toward tomorrow. I let the questions stay unanswered. Let the records file themselves in my mind. Every wrong turn, every small kindness, all of it resting in the slow, soft time. Clock blinks 12:03. Tiny red eyes in the dark. Curtain breeze in the open window. Midnight sneaks across the floor. Dish in the sink turn picture frames. All the little messes gone quiet. Fridge hum, far car, my own heartbeat. Finally easy, finally light. Let the jazz close the day. Slow hands on the keys, unhurried. Every chord says stay. Soft bass walking me toward sleep. Let the jazz close the day. Nothing left to say, just breathing. Let the jazz close the day. Street lamp glow on the ceiling like ripples from another world. Shadows of the blinds keep swaying to a rhythm only I can hear. Pages face down on the table, phone screen dark for the night. I sink into this worn out chair, and everything heavy turns mild. Let the jazz close the day.
last fork in the rack, tea towel hanging, corner slack, tap drip, keeping quiet time. Steam on the window, cooling wine. This is Sinkside Jazz. After dinner, low flame fading, record thinner. Let the day run down the drain. Let the day run down the drain. Hands in the water, slow and warm. Soap bubbles breaking, losing form. Pot stack gentle, edge to edge. Thoughts slide over every ledge. Clock over there, can't see the face, only that soft, insistent pace. Piano finds a wandering line, rinses the hours from my spine. Steps in time, bridge boards breathing underfoot. Orange on the water, ripple slow as my own thoughts. Yesterday behind my shoulder, tomorrow leaning on the rail. I feel the day divide, right here in the middle. What's gone, what's waiting, balanced on this quiet line. I feel the day divide. Nothing urgent, nothing late, just a soft, steady heartbeat holding all this weight. Bass keeps walking, same four notes around the sun. Piano answers half a sentence, leaving space for the evening hum. One life ending in the west, one life life opening just ahead. I don't have to choose just yet between the echo and the unknown. Footstep, heartbeat, river light, all of them saying, keep going, keep going.
mug on the table, steam drawing circles, lampshade golden, shadows growing longer, calendar corner, one page curling, clock hand slowing, street noise turning distant. This soft ending, nothing left to prove tonight. Just this breathing in and out of borrowed light. Let it all fall, every heavy little thought. This soft ending calm, where all the answers stop. Shoes by the doorway, keys in a small glass bowl, screen face down now, silence taking control. Old coat on the chair back, faint scent of rain and smoke, deep yawn, loose shoulders, words we never said, let them go. Let the questions stack like unread mail. We can sort them when the sky turns pale. For now, just the rhythm of your chest, my chest, final chord hanging, then settle in to rest.
Cup on the nightstand, lipstick ring going cold, clock hums a crooked rhythm, blue numbers growing old. You say you'll leave by Sunday, suitcase half unzipped. We talk about the future till our sentences slip. Half asleep in the half light, let it drift, let it slide. Every memory, every maybe takes its time, never decides if it's goodbye or just another slow dance in my mind. Half asleep in the half-light, where I don't have to decide. Your coat on the chair back, tag scratching at the seam. We laugh about small disasters, turn arguments to dreams. plans written on receipts, crumpled in your jeans. You promised me a summer that winter's in between. I trace your shadow on my wall. It bends, it breaks, it falls. Are we staying in this moment, or just pausing on the way? You kiss my shoulder, change the subject, and the questions fade away. Asleep in the half-light, let it drift, let it slide. Every memory, every maybe takes its time, never decides if it's goodbye or just another slow dance in my mind. Half asleep in the half-light, where I don't have to decide.
morning light slips along the sill. Steam's gone thin on the windowsill. Coffee rings on an open page. Quiet clock measures out the day. Slow morning on wood floors. Nothing that I'm reaching for. Just breathing the still slow air. Let today stay right here. Slow morning on wood floors. Bare feet and a half-closed door. If all I do is sit and stare, then I'm already there. Chair leans back till it almost sighs. Dust floats by like a lazy tide. Question marks waiting by the phone. All of that can wait to be known. Evening air cools my hands. Street hum distant like an old dim band. Your mug on the table still faintly warm. I exhale the headlines, let them fall. I come back to a quieter shape, peeling off the weight of the day. Let these slow blue corners rearrange my face. I come back to a quieter shape, breathing in the room you made, till my heartbeat leans where the easy rhythm lays. Keys drift lazy over chipped white glass. Brushes trace circles, small storms that pass. My shoulders unclench at the sound of your laugh. You slide on the floor like a low, soft brass. I come back to a quieter shape, peeling off the weight of the day. Let these slow blue corners rearrange my face. I come back to a quieter shape, breathing in the room you made, till my heartbeat leans where the easy rhythm lays. Window cracked, cool air kind, lampshade golden on your tired eyes. You tap my wrist, say you're here, you're safe. And the rush in my ribs finally gives me space. I come back to a quieter shape, quieter shape, quieter shape. Quieter shape. Only the hallway light remains, thin gold line on the carpet. Coffee cup cooling on the rail, door half open, heart half there. All this comfort in between, breath between the words we mean. Not the start, not the end, just the soft turn of a corner like a friend. I'm not lost, I'm suspended. Let me live in the middle of a sentence. Jazz stays low, notes spaced wide, piano taking its time. Shadow of my shoulder on the wall, swaying slow, choosing sides. I pause between rooms, hand on the frame, listening for something that doesn't need a name. Maybe every doorway is its own small home.
Notebook breathing on the table, pages open half awake. Ink dries down in crooked rivers, thoughts just hover, never break. Let it swing around these unfinished lines. pause, a quiet promise. Every gap, a different time. I'll sit inside the question till the answer comes to mind. Let it swing around these unfinished lines. Coffee cooling by the margin, I trace circles then erase. Little sparks that fade to nothing, still they leave a tender trace. Maybe senses running late, caught up at some distant station. I can sway here in the silence, learning slow, sweet patience.
Automatic doors I open, cool air kisses my face. Half-stocked shelves in quiet colors, price tags hanging like days. One cartwheel clicks on the linoleum, single scanner breaks the air. Coffee, bread, and frozen dinners, little choices everywhere. Groove in the aisles, I'm dancing with nothing to prove. Just me and this list, letting my footsteps choose the moves. Ordinary roads, but something tender comes alive. Groove in the aisles, slow heartbeat of a quiet life. Fluorescent halos on the oranges, hand hovers, picks the small. Store brand label, simple lettering, somehow feels like a call. Retros murmur low behind me like horns playing under breath. I tap the handle in a rhythm, tiny solo in my chest. Groove in the aisles, I'm dancing with nothing to prove. Just me and this list, letting my footsteps choose the moves. Ordinary roads, but something tender comes alive. Groove in the aisles, slow heartbeat of a quiet life. I don't need a reason to linger by the tea, comparing peppermint and jasmine like their destinies. Self-check lane blinking softly as if it knows my name. Every beat but gentle backbeat saying, hey, you stayed, you came. Mug on the desk, ring on the wood, clothes in a corner, still folded pretty good. Little dust on the screen, but the inbox clear. Quiet check marks after one more long year. This is my quiet pride,
Soft as a half-smiled sigh.
Nobody cheering my name, but I'm alright.
Face keeps a steady line,
Telling me I did just fine. Small wins,
slow time.
this is my quiet pride. Books leaning sideways, spines half red, pen out of ink, notes in my head, floor not perfect, floor still mine, steps forward anyway, one task at a time.
Breathe in, lean back,
Listen to the air reply.
reply.
Every little box I tick turns chaos into tide. Not a spotlight in the room, just this glow inside. Only one page left to write. Coffee cold. Lamp humming low over this leaning stack of days. Ink slows. Like it hurt the band. Take the tempo down to a quiet sway. This jazz slows my hand, lets the silence speak. Every breath between the notes feels like it's choosing me. Words arrive softer, like they're walking me home at last. Every line I lay down, the song is listening back. Crossed out phrases ghost along the margin. Little black rivers drying in the grain. I pause mid-sentence, hear a sax silo, like it's asking gently, do you need that pain? So I circle one word, then another, then another. Let the loudest thoughts fade into the hall. Turn the pen in my fingers like a glass on the table. Wait for the smallest truth that dares to say it all. Jazz slows my hand. Rain taps the pavement, uneven count, crooked rhyme. Streetlight halos on the puddles. You fall in step with the time. Sidewalking 4 or 5 times. Every footstep finds a line. Let the loose swing carry your mind. Shoes slow down in the night. The night exhales. Steam from the grates curl like a trumpet phrase. Windows glow soft amber. Someone laughs 3 doors away. Bills in your pocket, buzz in your phone. All of it softens like notes half blown. You hum with the traffic. You lean on the air. Nothing to fix tonight. Just be there. Keys in my hand, bag on my shoulder. Early evening air feels lighter somehow. Corner store bell rings like a greeting. I let the day fall off right now. Early evening air feels lighter. Every step a softer sound. Jazz swing in my shoes, I'm brighter. Like the world turned the volume down. Passing by those open windows, little lives in fading gold. Tomorrow's got some room to move, a place for me to unfold. Bus sighs past, kids shout one last story. Screen doors clap, then the hush drifts in. Laughter from a kitchen mixes with the clatter. I breathe in the moment, let it spin. Faces blur by, but some eyes linger. Tiny nods that say we're still here. I don't have the plan yet, only this clear quiet and a loose, gentle gear.
Office lights blink out, coats on crooked chairs, door swings, evening air smells like dust and distant kitchens. Sidewalks drink the sky, tiny rivers by the curb. You lean into my shoulder, laughing at a broken heel. Rain after 5, let it ride on the glass. Slow moving cars make shadows that pass. We're tucked in a corner, steam on the window alive. World hurries home, we stay with the rain after 5. Tiny bell above the door, one old couple at the bar. coaster under my thumb, ring of water, ring of time. You stir your drink too long, eyes on droplets in your hair. I count them down your cheek, pretend I'm not staring. Traffic sighs, then fades, just a hush in your breath. Street signs gleam, then blur. Your hand finds mine, then rests outside. Umbrellas open inside. My chest does too. If the forecast says tomorrow, I'd rather stay here with you. Night leans in over chip white china, steam tracing halos above this quiet table. Lamp hums low, pages curled unread, distant tires on whetstone fading into gray. Nothing to prove in this lamplight, nothing to chase in the dark. I just sit here, let the seconds stretch and crack. I breathe once, then I listen, and let the silence answer back. Coat on the chair, keys left in a heap, phone face down, face finally free. Old clock ticks like a soft confession, every tiny click taking weight off me. All the times I spoke too loud to hide the trembling in my chest. All the nights I filled the air, afraid of what the quiet meant. Now the room just holds my name, like it's known me all along. One slow sip, one long breath. I don't have to be strong. Window cracked a little, curtain barely moves. Street lamp on the corner, soft gold in the room. Tea gone cold beside me, clock face turned away. Nothing I've been chasing has somewhere left to stay. Still night, steady heart, I'm right where I am. Quiet peace in the dark, I'm holding my own hand. Still night, steady heart, I don't have to understand. Shadows on the ceiling drift and disappear. Every old decision finds a place in here. Name I never mention, thoughts I never share. Set them on the table, let them breathe the air. Still night, steady heart, I'm right where I am. Quiet peace in the dark, I'm holding my own hand. Still night, steady heart, I don't have to understand. All the ifs, all the almost, all the leaving, all the ghosts. Pull a chair, let them sit. Pour a glass, that's all of it. Still night, still night, still night, still night, still night. I don't have to understand.
Rain taps the glass, tiny hands on the frame, steam on the pane, my name traced halfway. Traffic hums low, like it's thinking alone. I sip the last inch of coffee, let the cup stay. Rain on the glass, questions in my lap. Let the groove circle, circle, circle back. I don't need the answers, not tonight. I just watch the blur and feel it get light. Rain on the glass, I'm staying right here till the weight in my chest turns clear. Head on the wall, shadow length, shadow small. Red light smears into rivers that crawl. Words in my mind lose their sharp little teeth. Every soft swing of the cymbal pulls them out of reach. Rain on the glass, questions in my lap. Let the groove circle, circle, circle back. I don't need the answers, not tonight. I just watch the blur and feel it get light. Baby, I'm fine
raindrops as they slide and collide. Sax in the corner answers what I can't say. I breathe with the band and let it all sway.
Curtains half drawn, coffee cup cold on the chair, screen face down on the table, like it's choosing not to care. Lamp clicks dark, street hum fades to a sigh, calendar crowding the fridge, but the numbers just slide by. Tomorrow can wait. Let the world run late. Let the clock miss a beat. Let the plans hesitate in this easy little swing where the night feels safe. Let the last soft chord say, tomorrow can wait. Shoes by the door, tie a knotted heart, exhale. Dishes stacked in the sink, every promise slightly veiled. Band on the record, brushing time in the air. Final chorus, leaning back like it's rocking in a chair. All the urgent little voices fading down the hallway now. Every message left unopened, every have to disallowed. We just breathe between the measures, let the gentle rhythm state in the hush after the ending. Yeah, tomorrow, tomorrow can wait.
off the cup. Little ghost in the air. You trace the rim like you're drawing a circle around this chair. Soft gray morning folded over this room. Pages open, but I'm reading the quiet instead of the news. Rain tapping the window answers every thought I don't say. This jazz in the corner keeps holding the space, then slips away. Let the world keep spinning, out past the glass, out past today. Rain tapping the window, I might stay right here. Let it play. Tiny storms in the brew. You laugh to yourself at a memory that never made it through. Clock hands whisper, moving but they don't dare rush. The bass leans back and the whole room settles into her. You take the left side, fold your knees under you. My book slips page down, I just lean closer. Air tastes like coffee, cooling in small, slow sips. Old lamp, 1 week old, pain in your fingers gold. Say nothing, let the quiet do the talking for us. Slow breathing, shared sofa, I can hear your heart adjust. We're leaning into every little inch of this trust. Say nothing, I already know enough. Trumpet in the corner croons through a cracked speaker. That's all familiar tune we never named. Your head finds my shoulder like it always meant to. Clock hums, street fades, time forgets our name. Say nothing, let the quiet do the talking for us. Slow breathing, shared sofa, I can hear your heart adjust. We're leaning into every little inch of this trust. Say nothing, your hand finds mine like it's always been there, just waiting. Long sigh, one smile, whole world inside this small space in me. Desk by the window, screen still sleeping in the glow. Steam from a mug leaves their ghosts on the glass. Papers in a quiet stack, waiting, not asking. Pen rolls to the edge, thinks about jumping, then stays. This jazz sits beside me, breathing in time, breathing in time. Soft little circles, turning my thoughts into lines. I don't chase a single word, I just sit and let them climb. This jazz sits beside me, steady and thoughtful in my mind. Lamp with a tilt, dust dancing slow in its beam. Outside a bus size stops, then rolls out of the frame. A bass note leans on the corner of my doubt. Brushes sweep the seconds till the sharp edges round out. This jazz sits beside me. This jazz sits beside me. Steam on the glass, 2 cups between us. You trace circles in the quiet air. Slow clock on the wall, barely even ticking. I feel each second settle in your stare. Stay a while, let the silence talk for us. Stay a while, let the breathing be enough. We're not going anywhere, just here, right here. Stay a while. Soft floorboard creak, house remembers footsteps. Dog sighs once, then drifts away again. You laugh too low, almost don't release it. I catch that sound and hold it in my hands. We don't have to fill every open space. There's a comfort in the pause, in the unadorned phrases. Your hand on my sleeve says everything it needs. Leave the world outside the doorway, let this moment lead. Let the silence talk for us. Stay a while, let the breathing be enough. We're not going anywhere, just here, right here. Stay a while. Lunch passes slowly, steam curling off the bowl. Emails face down in my bag, phone turned away just for now. Sunlight resting on the table, spilling gold along my sleeve. Tiny dust motes drifting sideways like they've got nowhere to be. This room, this breath, this slow, forgiving groove. Time leans back in its chair, lets the clock loose. Yeah, even on a busy day, I still find room to breathe. I still find room to breathe. Waiter wipes a quiet circle on the counter by the glass. Traffic hums a distant river, but here the seconds soften, stretch. This jazz just stretches time. Lazy cymbals, gentle swing, stirring thoughts like sugar in till the sharp edges dissolve. I used to chase each minute like it might run off alone. Now I stir my coffee slowly, watch the ripples come and go. Between the meetings and the margins, hidden spaces I can keep. I hear that rhythm, soft reminder, every heartbeat counts as rest. Eileen's in the glare, rain spelling secret, little soft chords down the window frame, lampshade halo on your tired hand. Coffee gone cold, but your heart's still warm. Jazz listens back when the world goes quiet. Every small sigh folded in the sound. You breathe it, breathe just behind the silence. Jazz listens more than it speaks out loud. Brushes trace circles, slow patient circles, like someone nodding. Yeah, I hear that too. Smoke curls then settles on an empty chair, as if a friend almost made it here. You said it was a long day. I say nothing, let the chords answer. A single note, hold your whole week, hanging in the air, not rushing to fall.
pale blue glass framing the quiet roofs. Steam on this hill, lazy little spiral. You lean on the counter in an old wool shirt, letting the silence finish its thought. Let the day begin slow, like water finding a boil, like my hand on the mug, warming from the outside in. Let the day begin slow, nothing we have to prove, just the room and the rising light. Cup on the table, ring on the wood, distant truck rolling soft through the floor. Keys fall open, one note, then another, fold in the hush instead of the sheets. Calendar waiting, ink still dry, phone face down by the kitchen light. You breathe, I breathe, same small cloud, sharing the heat of the first sip aloud. Let the day begin slow, like water finding a boil, like my hand on the mug, warming from the outside in. Let the day begin slow,
Rain darkens the street, same cracked line, same leaning mailbox, only wetter this time. Coats pass in pieces, just shoulders and shoes. Faces stay hidden like half-faded news. Footsteps in the rain, then they're gone again. Just a tap, a splash, little ghost of a name. I'm here with the groove and it's here with the pain. Nothing to confess, just footsteps in the rain. Coffee cup cooling, ring on the table. Drip from the awning keeps counting the cable. Taxi light flickers, then slips out of frame. Bottles keep talking, but they don't say my name. Footsteps in the rain, then they're gone again. Just a tap, a splash, little ghost of a name. I'm here with the groove and it's here with the pain. Nothing to confess, just footsteps in the rain. I used to chase every echo, try to follow it home. Now I let them all wander through this 4-bar zone. Lonely isn't tragic, it's a code I know. Hang it by the doorway when it's time to go. Footsteps in the rain, then they're gone again. Just a tap, a splash, little ghost of a name. Nothing to confess, just footsteps in the rain. Footsteps in the rain. Window cracked, curtains breathing time. Dust slow dancing in a lazy line. Cup on the table, still warm in my hand. Street sounds distant like a far-off band. This room feels wide, like the walls lean back. Every quiet corner painted blue and black. Thoughts just glide on an easy breeze. Nothing catching edges as the curtains breathe. Bass walks softly underneath my chest. Piano leaves spaces, lets my mind do the rest. Lamp throws halos pictures on a crooked frame. Books lean sideways, I forget their names. This room feels wide, like the walls lean back. Every quiet corner painted blue and black. Thoughts just glide on an easy breeze. Nothing catching edges as the curtains breathe. I used to stack my worries, crowded in a row. Now they drift like postcards from a place I used to know. I watch them pass the window, easy to believe. I can let them go on the air I breathe. Clouds fold over the day, edges blur, afternoon soften, like someone turned the volume down, but just right, quietly enough. This is quietly enough. Nothing shining brighter than this chip blue cup and the steam coming up. Quietly enough. Yeah, it's quietly enough. Old clock leaning on the shelf, losing a minute every so often, still keeping time for the two of us. Not a single grand moment, just your hand on the table, your thumb tracing circles in the ring from your glass. If this is all it is, I can live in this. Corner seat by the window glass, one plate cooling on a linen pad, fork in my fingers, but I let it fall. Steam writing secrets on the wall. Table for one, by the window, watching strangers come and go. Cutlery resting my hand, stay slow. City hums below, and I eat this quiet, bite by bite alone. Bus breaks side down on 7th and Main. Red tail lights draw lines in the rain. Waiter folds a napkin like he's folding time. Refills my water, asks if I'm fine. Piano leaves little footprints, then steps back, lets me breathe. Glass to my lips, world at my feet. I taste the heat as it leaves. Kettle clicks off, little cloud on the window, toast crumbs on the counter, mail still in a heap, mismatched mugs, one chipped at the handle. You hum at the fridge light, bare feet on cold tiles, quiet kitchen groove. Just us and the slow morning, coffee steaming, you stirring up something golden. Let the world stay outside while the day yawns open. This quiet kitchen groove keeps the heartbeat soft and spoken. Calendar crooked, last week still showing. You laugh, say leave it. Time moves slow in here. New jam in the jar, knife clinks on the saucer. Radio low in the corner, brushing the edges of air. Sink drips in rhythm to the low bass line. Your hand finds mine between sips, between signs. We don't say much, we don't have to try. Everything needed is here, warm and shy. Quiet kitchen groove, just us and the slow morning, coffee steaming, you
keeps the heartbeat soft.